Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing my everyday makeup tutorial. So this is the makeup that I would tend to wear like if I'm going somewhere during the day or anything like that. It's very natural, very easy, not too many products. I try and keep it really basic and a lot of it is affordable stuff, which is great. A lot of it is some of my favorites as well, so I'll go over those. So let's get started. Oh, and sorry, there are builders in the backyard. I'm competing with a cement truck today, so sorry for the noise. So to start with, to prep the skin, I have already done my normal serum and moisturizer. So I'm going to take first up the Australis Midas Touch Serum Primer. I really like this one ever since I started using it. I haven't been using it for too long. I just really like the texture of it. It's not too heavy. It feels really hydrating on the skin, which is great, which is what I want. I sort of stepped away from the matte primers of late. Then on just my pores just here, I take my Milani Instant Touch Up Blur Stick. So this is just like a pore filling primer in a stick form. And I'm just going to pat that over just the pore area. Just got some pores right here that I would like covered. I like that one because it's really convenient because it's in a stick to just draw it over where you want it and you're done. Then what I take next is my Australis Colour Click CC Cream. This one is in the shade medium. So I'm just going to take that on a flat top buffing brush. So I'm just going to take a bit of a squeeze of it. It's not a huge amount because it's a natural day look, so I just dot it all over my face with the brush, and then I'm going to go ahead and just blend that in with a patting and pressing and rolling motion. I see a lot of people using these sort of brushes buffing. If you do this, you are going to literally lift all the hair on your face up and the texture is not going to be smooth. So each to their own, but I personally do it this way. And I run that very lightly over the eyes just to block out some of that discoloration. And don't forget to take it down your neck. Okay, so this just like gives a nice even layer to your skin. It just evens it out. Now you could, if you were just doing like a quick weekend makeup, stop here and you'd still be good. But what I like to do is then, because I still do have scarring from my acne, I will take a foundation. The current favorite one of mine that I've been using like every day when I'm wearing makeup, especially over this because it's not too matte even though it's a matte foundation, is the LA Girl Pro Matte, and this one is in the shade beige. Now when I put this on, it is going to look lighter, so I'm just going to take half a pump. I do not need to take much, and I'm just going to dot it just on the areas that I want a bit more coverage. If you feel you need more than half a pump, go ahead. Generally don't need as much as what you normally would use to do a full face. Okay, and then with my sponge, I'm just going to pat that over the areas that I want more coverage. That's one that I've been preferring. I really like that combination of a CC cream. So you can use any CC cream. I just really like this Australis one. It's really comfortable to wear and it's not too thick in texture. It's very lightweight. And I really like the combination of the two together. So the matte one and then this, because the matte one I don't find is like a really full-on matte foundation, but with the combination of both it still leaves you dewy and hydrated but not excessively shiny, which is what I need. Now for concealer, my favourite concealer at the moment is the Milani Retouch and Erase. Yes, the little sponge bit here is a pain in the butt, but I really like the formula, and especially for like a everyday look, it's not too full on. It's not really matte, which I can't wear the matte ones like Tarte Shape Tape and the Beauty Bakery one. They're too matte for my skin and they're too full coverage. This one here I find is a really nice one. And then for just every day, I literally just put it under my eyes. I do not do the highlighting in the center. So I just let that sit for a little bit. And as you can see, I really used like a tiny amount. Now to get more full coverage out of this, instead of using my sponge, which I normally would, I'm actually going to blend it out with the brush, because a brush will not pick up as much product as a sponge. So I'm going to blend it out initially with this, and then I'm just going to tap over with the sponge to make sure it's all smooth. You can do this with your foundation as well, but I mostly use a sponge to apply the foundation. And then I'm going to take my sponge and just make sure we're all smooth. Next up, I go in with a cream blush. So I really like the LA Girl Velvet Blush Contour Stick. That's the name of it. It's not a contour. It's just the actual product is LA Girl Velvet Contour Stick, and this is the blush. They have blush, they have highlight, and they have contour bronzing sticks in it. So this one here is the shade Velour. I really like these. So I do not go directly onto my skin because you're going to pick up what you've put down if you go directly on. I will take my finger and then pat it onto the apples of my cheeks, just to give me a little bit of colour. But you do not need a lot unless you really want like a full-on blush look. So you can see that it's just giving me a little hint of colour on the cheeks. Very natural, very, very natural. Now you can use this look without any powder at all and just do all cream products with this and then leave it, or you can go ahead and set. I do set lightly. Then next up, I'm going to put a liquid highlighter. I love liquid highlighters because I find they make it stay shiny and glowing all day long. My absolute favorite one is the Gerard Cosmetics BB Plus Illumination in the shade Grace, which is a really nice white gold. So I just pop a little bit on the back of my hand, literally a tiny amount. Like that there is going to be too much. So taking my finger again, I'm just going to lightly dip into it. We do not want to heap on our finger because it spreads really easily. And then I'm just going to dot it on. You see there? Help. See? See? And then blend it out with my finger. You can blend it out with a sponge, but again, I feel like the sponge will take away some of the shine. If you want to keep as much shine as possible, use your finger. Or you can use a brush, but fingers are here to be used, so that's what I'm going to do. See? Very, very pretty. There are a lot more affordable liquid highlights that you can use, but I just find I have not found one that is like this shade and this vibrant on my skin as the Grace one from Gerard Cosmetics. So that's why I use this one. It is my favorite. So then I also take a little bit, and like when I say a little bit, a tiny bit, like this is like a tiny little dot on my finger, and I just put a dot above each eyebrow and tap out. And then I just pop a little bit in the center of my schnoz. Cupid's bow. We're going to add more highlight too, so this isn't it. This is not it for the highlight at all. And then I do a little bit on the upper part of my chin. We've got all the liquid products on now. Now I'm going to set my face. I personally prefer pressed powders over loose powders, so I just take one of either. I have the Australis Fresh and Flawless. Love that powder. It's it gives you more coverage and it is very matte though. So I also have the LA Girl Pro Face, which I love. I'm nearly out of that one though, unfortunately. And then I've also got the new Milani one that's dropped in Australia, which is the Conceal and Perfect Shine Proof Powder. So then I'm just going to take my Fabulous powder brush, and I'm going to press that into the skin. So making sure under my eyes is crease free before we go in with this. So as you can see, I haven't done any base on the eyes. I just did that light bit of CC cream over it. And that is because I am not doing a heavy eye look, so I like to keep some of my natural colour there to provide that bit of definition on the eyes. Okay, so I'm going to do under the eyes first, and then over the eyes, a little bit on the nose. You can still go over that highlighted area with a light bit of powder and it's still going to shine through. So you don't have to stress too much about losing the colour. In my smile lines, definitely get. What's next is the bronzing. I do not contour on an everyday basis. That's if I'm doing a video, I'll take a picture for Instagram or going somewhere special. I will use a bronzer in place of contour. Now, I have a hard time with bronzers. My ride or die, literally ride or die bronzer, I can use this one every time I do my makeup. This is the Pony Cosmetics Unicorn Chocolate Bronzing Powder. Now this one here, it's quite a neutral shade, so you're not going to come out too orange, or like, that's where I have a lot of problem with a lot of the bronzers, is they show too much orange on my skin, they're too warm. So because this is neutral, even if you're fair, this is not going to make you look orange, it's going to make you look nicely tanned. This also has a very slight sheen to it, which also gives it that really natural appearance. I will take my angled blush brush, okay, dip in, and then I will start tapping it where I would normally apply contour. So under the cheekbone, I'll do this side first so you can see the difference. So you're just building it up. This is a very buildable powder, which is really nice. So I do along the jawline, give it some definition. I will go over the chin, a little bit in the center there, okay, and along the sides of my face. And okay, so pressing into the hairline, blending, 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 and then with the same brush, I'm just going to run it down the side of the nose. Okay, so that's the side that we've got the bronzer on. This is the side without. Go ahead and do this side. Now I'm going to take that same bronzer, we're not using any eyeshadows today, same bronzer, and I'm going to apply that in the crease on my eyes. Okay, so into the crease into the outer V of the eye, so you're doing pretty much a big C around the eye. You're just defining, but this like base and everything like that is pretty easy to go in and like add eyeshadow if that's what you want to do. If you want to mix it up on a day, add a deeper lipstick, like pretty simple. I'm going to take a smaller brush to run under the lash line on the bottom. Next up, I'm going to do my brows. On an everyday basis, I will use my Brow Magic Brow Pencil by Pony Cosmetics. It is a universal brow shade, so it matches everyone's brows. And I use it because it is universal, so it doesn't make my eyebrows look too, you know, stand outish when I'm not wearing a huge amount of makeup. Do some straight looks at the start. Isn't it funny how far brows have come over the years? Like, when I was doing makeup, so it wasn't even that long ago, brows were not what they are now. Like, if you came at anyone with a brow product or trying to fill in their brows, ooh, they were not happy about it. You can then leave that, but I like to go in with a brow gel. I use just the Garbon Kelly Clear Brow Gel. Really nice brow gel that doesn't leave your eyebrows feeling too stiff, which I like. It still gives it a bit of flexibility. It doesn't make it feel brittle, but it holds them in place really well. Then next, what have we got next? Left. Now we're doing the powder highlight. So I go for a few standard highlights, like my favorite ones that I'll reach for every time. So either the Unicorn Champagne, it's a really nice champagne color as the name suggests, there, really pretty. Or the one that I go for the most, and it gives you a really nice shine without looking glittery or powdery, is the Garbo & Kelly Master of Illuminations. This here is my Ride or Die palette. Love it. Because you've got 4 shades, shimmer shades to choose from. You've got 2 mattes. I don't really use the mattes, but the 4 shimmer shades, oh, divine. Now I'll take that on a fan brush. A lot of people don't like fan brushes. I quite like them, and I feel they get better the more you use them. So I'm going to take the top shade, Ava. I use Ava probably the most. And then I'm going to pop that over where I already put the liquid one. Don't you see, it gives you that real wet, like dewy skin look. I always hit above the eyebrows. Okay. So pretty. Okay, and then I hit the nose. Did we hit above there? I don't think we did. Let's add some more. And then I'll do Cupid's bow, obviously. Top of chin. And then with my finger, I'm going to take Ava again. I'm going to put that just in the center of my eyelid. That again gives you a really nice glossy look to the lid without doing anything too extreme. And then I hit it in the inner corner as well. Just lightly. Okay, and then I take Garland, which is the really white gold one, and I pop that right in that center point. You don't have to do that, but yeah, I regularly just grab for those two. They never disappoint. They're so good. This one here, 100% Ride or Die highlighting palette. Cannot live without it. I think it is extremely underrated. I think more people should be talking about Garbo & Kelly. So that's the face done. Now to just finish off the eyes, and then we're just going to pop a little something on the lips and we're good to go. So for eyes, that's pretty much all I do for the eyes. I do sometimes, and I'll do it today, take a brown eyeliner pencil. This is, here's the Pixie one, and I just pop it in the last quarter of the eye and then tap it in with my finger. It's just to make my lashes look a little bit thicker in that area, and it gives my eye more of a winged out look. And then if you want, you can run a nude color through a nude eyeliner through your waterline on the base. I don't necessarily feel like I have to do that. Then for mascara, I really love my Australis Multi Mega Lash Mascara. I think it is so good. It's a tubular formula. My other favourite one is the Pony Cosmetics White Night Mascara, but I am out of it. And I don't like opening too many mascaras at the one time because they do have such a short shelf life. So I'll try and use up one before getting another one, because I hate wasting stuff. All I got left to do is lips. Now sometimes I will just take what I've used on the cheeks, the velvet stick, and again just pat it over the lips to give it a subtle amount of colour like that. Or that will give you more of a matte finish, and it's very, very light. Or I take my Pony Cosmetics Lip Magic. It is like a balm, it's a tinted lip balm. And it adjusts to your pH, so the pink suits everyone's skin tone. So just gonna put that on. It smells like strawberries. It's super hydrating, and it's just the prettiest pink. I'll go on with setting spray, but I don't really feel like it really needs setting spray because we've only lightly powdered, but I'll do it anyway. This is just the Pixie Makeup Fixing Mist. Any setting spray is good. I'd regularly go this one or the Australis one. So that's it. That is my everyday makeup look. So It's very easy to do, very quick when you're not talking. You can change the outframe of your favorite products. You can add more eyeshadow, you can add more lips, but this is pretty much my usual get up if I'm going somewhere or doing something. That is it. I hope you like my makeup. I hope you like this video, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!